Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today, the Houston Rockets beat the Phoenix Suns 119-111. Great win for the Rockets tonight to beat the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Durant does have an amazing night with 37 points and 9 assists with 5 rebounds. And the Rockets did have a really hard time containing him. I will say that something that really surprised me with Kevin Durant tonight is last night, obviously, he reached 30,000 points and played a good amount of minutes last night. And with it being a back-to-back tonight, I'm not going to say I didn't expect Kevin Durant to play. Booker didn't play tonight. I definitely expected Durant to play. What I didn't expect is for him to play 42 minutes when he had high minutes last night and on a back-to-back. That's impressive for Durant to go 42 minutes tonight after playing a lot and a great game last night against the Grizzlies. And having to travel from Memphis to... Or, you know what? I think they might have been in Phoenix. They were in Phoenix last night. So, traveled to Phoenix to Houston as well and on the back-to-back and still played 42 minutes tonight. But it's enough of KD. Rockets win 119-111, win their second straight after losing 6 straight. If you're wondering what has caused the change in the Rockets, it's me. I've gone to the last 2 Rockets games, and they've won the last 2, and they're 34-20 now. And a very impressive 5-0 record when I attend Rockets games this year. I don't really believe I'm the reason of this change, but I do know this season I have some incredible luck when going to Rockets games. Don't worry, guys. I'm already trying to, potentially go to the game. I have a friend that's going to the game tomorrow, and or might be going to the game tomorrow, and he invited me a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I'm still going to go though, but we're going to try to potentially make that 6-0 tomorrow against the Golden State Warriors. And it would be great if the Rockets did win 3 in a row. Obviously, I'm not the reason, but I think a big change is having Şengün back tonight. Obviously, the other night he went down early, very early, only like 3 minutes into the game against Toronto, and didn't score at all because he only played 3 minutes. And tonight you get a different player because he played 38 minutes and he had 17, 13, and 5 with 2 steals and 1 block. It was very effective in this game. And then it's the guy who did not play on Sunday and was probably one of the best players in this game tonight. It's Tari Eason with 25 and 9 and 34 minutes, and he didn't play the other night. And then Steve Adams played a solid role in this game tonight. Rockets did not have him the other night the other day against the Raptors Sunday afternoon. He had 5 and 6, so getting Adams and Tari Eason back and then also Şengün to play a full game, that's a big difference for this Rockets team compared to the ugly game we saw against the Toronto Raptors. The Rockets tonight had more points at the 8-minute mark than they did in the entire game against the Raptors the other night. Scored 94 points against the Raptors the other day. And obviously we're able to get a win because they held the Raptors at 87 points. Did a great job defensively and offensively. It was a nightmare. But today was just completely different. Score 119, and they had as many points as they did in their last game at the 8-minute mark. And Tari Eason and Şengün being back tonight is a big reason why. Tari Eason, like I mentioned, 25, 9, and 4 assists. He had 3 steals, 2, shot 11 for 16. Outside of Dillon Brooks was the best 3-point shooter on the floor tonight, and he was terrific. Şengün was great with 17, 13, and 5. Amen Thompson has yet another triple-double, 18, 11, and 10. Off the last shot, which I did post the being at the game, I did post on my YouTube shorts. There's like an end of the game, of this game clip, where it's like the last shot, and it's a, funny enough, former Rocket Ty Washington 3-pointer attempt that he misses, and Amen Thompson grabs the rebound, and the Rockets run the clock out in the game, and Amen Thompson grabbed that last rebound of the game, which was his 10th rebound of the game, which did get him his, I think now 3rd triple-double of the season. 18, 10, and 11 for him tonight. 2 steals, 2 blocks, 7 for 13. Great night for him. Dillon Brooks was great this game, but mainly was great in the fourth quarter. Had some huge threes in the fourth quarter. Hit 2 huge threes in the fourth quarter. 18, 4 for 9 from 3, 5 for 13. 3 assists, 2 steals. Rockets as a team tonight, steal-wise, had 10 steals, and most of those were from their starters. 9 of those steals were from starting players, 3 for Tari, and then 2 apiece for Amen, Dillon, and Şengün. And the only player to have a steal off the bench was Reed Sheppard, which that was a big steal for the that was a big steal for the Rockets. It caused Reed Sheppard to have a really solid dunk. But outside of Şengün, Brooks, and Amen Thompson and Tari Eason, there were no steals tonight for the rest of the team. Jalen Green, fifth starter, and the 4 players that come off the bench, only 1 steal for those 5 right there. But Jalen Green, I mean, he had a solid 22 points and 5 assists, but the shooting's not great. Look, I think it's another one of these nights for Jalen where he shoots way too many threes, but is shooting amazing from his 2-pointers. Like, for instance, he shot 8 for 21 a night and shot 4 for 15 from 3. If you look at just the 2-pointer attempts that he was taking, he shot 4 for 6 on his 2-point attempts. That's why I say so many times, Jalen, you're shooting too many threes. You gotta continue to go to the basket, especially when he's having as terrible of a night he had tonight from 3, and is having as much success as he had from outside of shooting 3. When you're shooting 4 for 6 from the floor outside of your 3-point shots, and you're continuing to shoot threes when you're 4 for 15, or as bad as he was shooting from 3, that there's a problem. You need to keep shooting 2s, and I think there are nights where he has the green light to just continue to keep shooting, but there are nights like this where too many nights you see from Jalen Green where he's shooting terrible from 3, but is having success everywhere else in the court, and you don't see him continue to go to the basket or take mid-range shots, yet he continues to shoot 3s. Jalen would be such more of a dangerous player if on the nights where he wasn't shooting great from 3 and was, amazing going to the basket, shooting mid-range shots, if he continued that success, he would be an amazing player. Like, if a majority of his shots were 2s tonight and not 3s, Jalen might have had 30, 40 points tonight. But no, more than a majority of his shots were from 3. But yeah, 5 assists and 3 rebounds for Jalen with his 22 points. And then that was it for this. I've gone over all the starters. Cam Whitmore had 4 points and 2 rebounds with 3 assists, 2 for 10. Really bad shooting night for him. Jayshawn Tate, 2 for 5, 1 for 4 from 3, 5 points, 1 rebound. He did have a huge corner 3. Steven Adams, like I said, was really big for this team. 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 for 5 from the floor, 5 points for Reed Shepherd, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 2 for 2, 1 for 1 from 3. His 2 shots that he made were big for the Rockets when they needed them. I mean, the Rockets were down and kind of in a hole, down 92-84, and Reed Shepherd sinks in a 3 that makes it a 5-point game. And then the dunk he had, I can't remember the score, but I do know it did give the Rockets. No, I do remember the score. It was 98-97, and Reed Shepherd had the dunk. Cam Whitmore gave it to Reed Shepherd, and he finished it and gave the Rockets a 100-97 lead. And the Rockets really didn't look back after that, and so that was a big play. Both of his plays were big, but the Rockets do not win this game without the help of Tari Eason and Amen Thompson and even Alperen Şengün and Dylan Brooks. And I think you saw how completely of a different team this team is tonight when you have Tari Eason on the floor and playing the minutes he played tonight, and then have Alperen Şengün back, and how it makes players like Dylan Brooks and Amen Thompson, who didn't play their best game against Toronto the other night, completely better players like they were tonight. Like, Amen Thompson and Dylan Brooks weren't absolutely terrible against Toronto, but they weren't, I don't think, didn't play their best basketball. But I think they did play their best basketball tonight, having guys like Tari and Şengün back in the lineup. Let's go to Phoenix real quick. I did mention Kevin Durant. Outside of that, Bol Bol with another solid night. The shooting was iffy. It's 7 for 18, but did have 15 points and 4 rebounds last night. Had 18 and 14. He had 2 blocks tonight after having 4 blocks last night. And Nick Richards had 11 and 13. I think Nick Richards having the night he had, kind of, definitely the rebounds Nick Richards have tonight definitely took away from Bol Bol's rebound success that he had last night with 14. I know Nick Richards didn't have the most amazing night last night. Royce O'Neal had 14 points and 4 rebounds with 2 steals. Funny story for Royce O'Neal, when I was, I think I was 10 or 11. I think I was 10. I went to a Rockets Jazz playoff team. Royce O'Neal used to play for the Utah Jazz, and it was really only my second year of watching basketball. Like, I knew basketball, but it was really like one of my first times ever being close up to basketball players. And I ran into Royce O'Neal, and For some reason, I thought he was Derek Favors, and I called him Derek Favors. And let's just say he didn't have the nicest reaction to that, which I can understand now, 7 years later. But let's just say he didn't have the most amazing reaction to a 10-year-old. But now whenever I see Rose O'Neal, I'm still upset about that situation. But now whenever I see him as a joke, I'll call him Derek Favors still because it's just kind of stuck to me. But he had a really solid night from three, was knocking it down 4 for 5 from three, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Tyus Jones had 10 points and 6 assists with 5 rebounds. That was it for their starters. Only one starter in double figures and that was former Rockets first round pick Ty Washington. I watched that Suns game last night. He was horrendous from 3, 0 for 6. But tonight, a little bit of a bounce back, 1 for 3 from 3. Did have 11 points and 3 assists and 4 rebounds, 4 for 10 from the floor. Good to see him having some success. I know the Rockets didn't have any room for him when Udoka came in, and that's why they traded him. And I don't think the Rockets probably regret that decision at all. But it's definitely nice to see him have success in Phoenix. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section. Great win for the Rockets. And Rockets go to 34-20, 17 at home, 17-8 at home, and 5-0 when yours truly is in attendance. And maybe we can make that 6-0 tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.